Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are sharing our 5 must-have tools for Venetian plaster.
Hey, we're Blake and Melanie. We're on a journey to discover the things that fill life with joy, find more balance in the everyday, and even pursue some of our crazy ideas. We're sharing our story in the hopes that it'll encourage you to know yours and inspire you to go after your own big ideas. So we're inviting you along for it all.
If you're new here with us, make sure to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you want to see more Venetian plaster content. So our first tool might be an odd one. It's this I think it's called a painter's tool. I think it's just painter's tool. This tool is awesome. It has a sharp edge, some sort of knife edge. This is actually way more helpful for painting, but I found it's actually really helpful for Venetian plaster as well. The main reason is that this sharp edge is very good at getting the little bumps off of your wall. So before you start your Venetian plaster, you wanna make sure your walls are smooth. This is gonna be a thin kind of coat process, so you wanna make sure no bumps are sticking out, and this tool does the job. Next one, where's my drill? Next one up is a mixer. Now, this one comes in a lot of shapes, sizes. This one fits on just the normal handheld drill, and that's why I like this one. Very small for just small jobs. If you have a lot of plaster, you might wanna get a bigger one, but this is what I have. If you order pre-mixed plaster, obviously that'll come already pre-mixed, but it's a good idea to remix it. Sometimes the plaster will thicken up, sometimes the pigment is not all the way incorporated. This way, you just know for sure, you know for yourself, and it gives you a good starting place when you begin to apply your plaster. The reason this is on our top is because I thought this wasn't necessary. And when we first applied our plaster, we got to the bottom of the bucket, and guess what? The plaster wasn't completely mixed, and that sucks, right? Because Venetian plaster isn't very cheap, so you wanna make sure you're getting the most bang for your buck. I would just mix it beforehand. That way you know for sure everything's well incorporated and ready to go. So number 3 is a knife. Now this is just a simple 4-inch knife. You can pick this up at any hardware store. This isn't anything special. What I like about this is it's a really good size for getting the material out of the bucket onto your trowel, and as well as kind of repositioning and cleaning up your trowel as you're working. So this is gonna be your best friend while you're working, because this keeps your product nice and smooth and also keeps it where you want it. So number 4, the big one, is the trowel. So this is the tool you're mainly gonna be using to apply the plaster onto the wall. So like I said, the knife is to get the product onto the trowel, and the trowel is what you're actually gonna be using to apply. You can use different methods for getting plaster onto walls, obviously. I recommend a trowel. A trowel lets you push the product onto the wall. I think you just have more control. You can get smoother application. Obviously, get a trowel. That's the best way to do it. There's also different shapes of trowels. So this one is more of a trapezoid. That helps you get into the corners because there's a peak on both ends. So that's the benefit of these trowels. Make sure it's flexible. So here's a bonus for you guys, burnishing trowel. I always recommend having 2 trowels, one to apply, one to burnish. So it doesn't have to be a specific burnishing trowel. This one's great because it's small size, allows you to apply more even pressure. But it can be just a normal trowel, and I've done that for the last few rooms that I've done, and that's great too. So you don't need this, but you will want probably a second trowel to keep clean so you can burnish while you're working. Our 5th and final tool is a small knife. Now, this one is maybe more of a tool that you forget about. You just kind of think, I have a trowel, I have all the things I need. This one kind of sneaks up on you because you'll get into those tiny corners and you'll need to apply some Venetian plaster into some sort of little nook, and this is good for that. So this one I think is about 1.5 inches. You can get them bigger and smaller, obviously. 1.5 inches seems to be like the smallest size I run into where I need to get into something. But definitely don't start unless you know you have walls that don't have any small cracks or any small sort of areas that you're gonna have to get into. I would just recommend picking one of these up. This is just a standard knife. Make sure it has a little flex in it, but other than that, you should be good to go. So there you have it, our 5 tools to get started with Venetian plaster. Let me know if I missed anything down below, and hope you guys like this video. And again, make sure to subscribe for more content.